Dato Ahmad Azri Abdul Hamid, Chief Executive of Construction Industry Development Board, Malaysia. Dato Sri Aziz bin Abdullah, Chairman of ASEAN Quantity Surveyor Association, Presidents and members of the Quantity Surveyors Association in ASEAN. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning and greetings from the ASEAN Secretariat. I wish to applaud the ASEAN Quantity Surveyors Association, AQSA, for organizing this first virtual annual International Quantity Surveyors Conference 2022, held in collaboration with the Construction Industry Development Board, Malaysia. AQSA's initiative as a relatively new professional association to hold this first conference will provide the much needed opportunities to foster closer relations and mutual understandings among quantity surveyors in the ASEAN regions, as well as to further develop quantity surveyors' best practices in this fast-changing world. Trade in services is a major driver of the economic growth. Services sector represents generally between 38 to 69% of ASEAN's member state gross domestic products, and more than 60% of employment. ASEAN's total trade in services has grown from US $252 billion in 2005 to as high as $872 billion in 2019. Before the COVID-19 outbreak in 2020 comprised this growth down to $636 billion. Quantity surveying is one of the construction-related professional services which comprise services such as engineering and architecture, among others. Since 1995, the ASEAN has come through a long history in its works to facilitate freer cross-border flow of services and service providers under the ASEAN Framework Agreement on Services, AFAS, which will be superseded by ASEAN Trade and Services Agreement, ATISA, following its signing in October 2020. Facilitating cross-border movement of services, providers, and professionals is essential for the establishment of an integrated ASEAN market. Under the ASEAN Economic Community Blueprint 2025, Mutual Recognition Arrangement, or MRA, is identified one of the regional mechanisms to enable professional and skilled labor to move across ASEAN member states. Many progress have been made in this area, but much work still needed to be done to overcome the various impediments to further promote mobility of ASEAN's professionals. Ladies and gentlemen, this month marks the second year of the COVID-19 outbreaks in the region. ASEAN, just like elsewhere in the world, has changed drastically to adapt to the tremendous challenges brought about by both health and economic issues. The hard work and perseverance of the ASEAN people and government have resulted in positive turnaround in the economy. As business sentiments improve with the gradual easing of restriction, ASEAN economy is estimated to rebound approximately around 3.1% in 2021 and by 5% this year. Notwithstanding, we recognize that this growth may be tempered by downside risks. The emerging of new COVID-19 variant drive resurgence in cases and bring about recurrent lockdowns. In addition, prices are also escalating as demand picks up against supply chain constraints fueled by stricter cross-border and mobility measures. The construction sector in ASEAN, where quantitative surveyors like yourself have been mostly involved, have not been spared from the overall construction of the economy in 2020. After experiencing strong growth prior to pandemic, stringent lockdowns and social distancing norms due to the COVID-19 pandemic has significantly slowed down projects and hampered productivity. The pandemic has significantly transformed the way we work and interact with each other. Every profession requires a new set of skills and innovative business models using digital technologies. The quantity surveying professional is not immune to this transformation. Quantity surveyors have been migrating parts of its professional work online, such as through video conferencing for meetings and inspections activities. Exciting technology trends have also emerged, such as the use of robotic, drone, and real-time data analytics to assist quantity surveyors to better track progress, identify and solve issues that arise during the constructions. In this regards, I believe that this annual International Quantity Surveying Conference is an excellent opportunity to promote the quantity surveying best practices and professionals in ASEAN. Taking this opportunity, let me share my thoughts and recommendations on how ASEAN Quantitative Surveyors Association, AQSA, could play a crucial role in supporting the transformation of the quantity surveying services. First, AQSA should strengthen closer relations and mutual understanding among quantity surveyors in the ASEAN. Following the signing of the MOU on Quantity Surveyors Association of 5 founding ASEAN membership states about a year ago, it is critical for AQSA to continue fostering interaction and partnership among the practitioners and associations related to quantity surveying in ASEAN to support the higher degree of mobility of quantity surveyors across the region. Second, AQSA should promote the development of the ASEAN quantity surveying best practices, including through embracing the growth of online technologies and other digital solutions, as well as the increasing emphasis on sustainability. The importance of ensuring public health and sustainable construction, as well as the wider application of the environmental, social, and governance policies, for example, are getting traction. Third, AQSA should further collaborate with the relevant agency and ASEAN member states to look into establishing a set of common standards of skills for quantity surveyors, education and training curriculum, and professional code of conduct that could be adopted across ASEAN. This would also contribute to the higher degree of mobility of ASEAN quantity surveying professionals as the aspirational goal for the coming years. Ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude my remarks by emphasizing the first annual International Quantity Surveyors Conference 2022 demonstrate AQSA's commitment to foster ASEAN spirit of cooperation for building professionalism in quantity surveying practices in ASEAN. With this, I wish you all successful conference and fruitful discussions. Thank you very much.